What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two Bro Gamers podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm Ricky.
And this is episode 47.
Yeah,
We've
47.
been doing this for a year.
A year now. Yeah, this is crazy. We started off with audio with no type of video whatsoever on YouTube. I know, right? And now we got video and other things going on as well. Just we changed the format like 8 times. It's supposed to be an hour show. We just go whatever we want.
Whatever we do.
Yeah, whichever we do, which we're going to do whatever right now. Now, of course, this is the calm before the storm. This is the E3, the pre-E3 show.
I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to make something clever out of it. I'm not smart.
Nah.
I'm smart.
You're smart. I'm smart.
Smart.
Now, of course, our E3 stuff is going to be jam-packed with stuff. So now, of course, we're recording this like midweek, so we might even miss some stuff. But whatever. We're just going to focus on E3 next week. But for now, we have all the other stuff that's happening before E3. But we also have some discussion stuff as well. Like, I wanted to talk about the subject of Mighty Number 9 and why people think this game looks awful, because I think it looks great.
I think it's pretty good.
For especially what it is, it's funded very well. It made like $4 or $5 million. I don't even know how much it made at this point. And people don't like the way it looks. People are like, it looks awful, and God, what happened to the graphics? And I've seen indie games with like less money look better. It's like, what? It's like basically you're getting a new Mega Man game. It's basically a 3D enhanced like Mega Man, even Mega Man X maybe. And people just don't like the look of this game. I don't know what it is.
I think it looks fine.
I think so too. I've seen the gameplay. It looks really cool. The game itself, the actual graphics, I don't have a problem with. They look really good. They look like Mega Man. Like that's what the point of the game was. I don't know if people were expecting not Mega Man. I don't know what they're expecting, but they obviously were expecting something else because they don't like the game, the way the game looks.
Get over it. I mean, this game was made for the fans.
Yeah, and especially like if some people feel like they're portrayed. It's like, really? Like I don't get it. I don't understand, because there's a few people who think the game looks good, like I myself included in yourself. I don't get why people just really don't like this game. I mean, it's still, people are hoping it still has to be polished, which maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it's still printing. Maybe it's still being made. I have no idea. Polished a few things, but I don't see a problem with the way Mighty Number 9 looks right now.
I was like, what do you want? 16-bit, 32-bit graphics?
That's some people said too. Like, why did they go with that art direction? They should have gone 8-bit, 16-bit. Like, what? I mean, it could have maybe looked nice, but it's a different game. You know, it's a different. Like, I don't know. I feel like the way it is right now is good. I don't know. If you want a 16,
I think it's fine.
If you want a 16-bit game, I mean, maybe he'll make a next one in that style. But right now, this is a new game. Basically the Mega Man knockoff, and it looks really good. But I don't know. People are just going to be weird. Oh, speaking of the 8-bit, if you pre-ordered the game, I don't think it's really exclusive to one place or anything. But I know if you pre-order the game, you get exclusive DLC, which is the Retro Hero DLC, which basically I got a little problem with, because he looks like a Minecraft.
Yeah, he looks very Minecrafty.
I mean, granted, an 8-bit character maybe make him flat, maybe, I don't know, like a Game & Watch kind of style, but I don't know how I feel about the blocky Beck. I don't know about that.
That the DLC, I don't like that. Like I could safely say I do not like.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like. But what I do like, and I also don't like at the same time, is that certain pre-orders as well. I think it's a pre-order actually. Just I think it's a pre-order, because there's a special edition of Mighty Number 9 that comes with a figure, which looks really cool. It's a figure of Beck. I would like to have that right next to like my Mega Man Amiibo or something, but it's only exclusive to the Sony, PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. It's not exclusive to the Wii U, which kind of sucks because I don't have either of those systems. I would like to get the figure. I don't have either of those consoles to
buy
get
the game and sell it.
I was thinking about doing that, but I don't know. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot, especially for a figure. Just for a figure, I don't know. But I'd still want to get that game, though. I don't care. And most likely for the Wii U. I don't think I'll get a PC because my PC doesn't run anything. So
yeah.
It's just the
Wii
way
U
it is.
seems like a viable option.
Mm-hmm. So another part of the discussion I wanted to bring up, we talked about Mighty Number 9, is the Disney Infinity series. The producer of Disney Infinity had to make a comment because he was asked about it. He was asked about the Nintendo's handling of the Amiibo. Now, for those that don't know, Disney Infinity is basically like Skylanders before it. They have Disney characters. You use it in one game specifically, so it's not really like the Amiibo. Amiibo you can use for a lot of games. They're not connected or locked into just one game, but the Disney Infinity is just locked to its own game, like its own series, because I think these are using 1, 2, and now 3.
They're coming out with 3, yeah.
Yeah. So they asked him about this. Game Informer's Ben Hansen in this interview. So he asked him about the Amiibos. So here was this question. Given the turbulent release of Amiibo characters, are you going to do anything to prepare for the high demand for Star Wars figures? Because that's a good point. Because
Star Wars figures I think are going to be crazy. Like, you're going to have people who don't really care about Disney Infinity wanting to get the Star Wars figures for whatever reason.
Because they just love Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like
Collectors.
anything Star Wars, they love that. So the producer, who his name is Vignoci, John Vignoci, he responded, "There is never any intention to create a shortage of any figures. It is irresponsible and rude to your hardcore fans. They don't want to create frustration. They don't want to create frustration or a hunt. So they will be stocking the shelves well."
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I agree with this man 100%. I mean, this is exactly what the issue is with the Amiibo. I mean, the scalpers and everything. Can you imagine how much those Star Wars figures would sell? I mean, you think Amiibo are expensive. Those Star Wars figures are going to be at least 3 figures. They're going to be at least over $100, at least, secondhand, if they're sold out.
Maybe.
If they're sold out and you can't find them anywhere, at least over $100.
Probably. Because you have more than just Disney Infinity people who want those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing, too. The Disney Infinity isn't like the Amiibo in some way, and same thing with Skylanders, but they are rare ones. I did see a Skylanders figure for like $300, like straight up. And I'm like, whoa, again, Amiibo collectors don't have anything to complain about.
I mean, there are... you're right, because the highest I've ever seen an Amiibo was like $85.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even then, that's a little ridiculous because it's the highest I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, and it's for a figure that, you wouldn't be able to find. I mean, and that went down. Remember, like that was the Marth Amiibo, and Marth went down because he's being reproduced.
Marth and Meta Knight 2 was running pretty high. And
who else was it? Villager and Wii Fit Trainer, and those went down because
they got restocks and stuff.
Well, I think Villager did, but not Wii Fit Trainer.
Well, Wii Fit Trainer is just people have been seeing her overseas.
Yeah, so they just dropped the price in that, and that's the thing. There was a high price for those rare Amiibo, and now they're just going down in price because nobody's really caring about them.
It's actually gotten to a point where Meta Knight and Marth were actually like, because our Amiibo has the rarity chart, which is common, uncommon, rare,
Reddit Amiibo,
semi-rare, unicorn. So Marth and Meta Knight actually have been seen so much lately that they got downgraded from unicorn to rare.
Yeah. And you know what though, and I'm glad for that. And but then you have a competitor just basically saying, "Look, you guys are being disrespectful to your fans."
They are. They completely are.
So yeah, it just kind of like blows up in their face. And they said they're gonna have it stocked. Well, let's hope that he's right, because there's gonna be a lot of people buying those figures. So hopefully there will be a big stock in that.
We'll see.
Time
will tell, right?
Yes, time will tell. One more discussion part before we just straight up just go into everything else. We just found out about EVO, Evolution 2015, happening in July next month. It's coming up, man. So we kind of discussed before, we kind of figured, because you can't have two of the, because we're going to talk about Smash, of course. Now, we talked about this before. One Smash game would probably have to be on Saturday and one end on Sunday, because it just doesn't make sense to have two Smash games back to back. That's a lot, especially considering like the audience. I think that'd even be a lot for Smash fans, and especially for non-Smash fans that don't really consider that a real fighting game. But that's a whole other story. That's a whole other trollish thing. But it was already announced. So a question was asked to Mr. Wizard, who's running the EVO tournament himself. Well, not by himself, but with other people.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
He's the guy. And he was asked on Twitter about it, and he said, okay, one Smash game will be on Sunday, and the other will be on Saturday. It's still up in the air on which game it is. We've kind of figured in discussing Sunday would be Melee, Saturday would be Smash 4.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Melee is still, for whatever reason, the bigger Smash game. People just will not let it go, and it's a huge fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
There is an audience, though, for Smash 4.
But it's not as big as Melee.
But I just feel like, it's not as nearly as big as Melee.
No, not at all. But and I feel like that's the smart way to go. If you're going to have your top games to be watched on a Sunday, might as well have the top guaranteed game to be watched. Because Melee had a higher view than Street Fighter, and it was up there with Marvel 3, because it had the highest at one point, the total. And then Marvel 3 happened, it just blew it out.
Yeah.
And then Street Fighter happened, and then it just went kind of down. But as far as what numbers Smash 4 bring, I mean, it's a fairly new game, so I think it's fair for have it on a Saturday. I mean, it'll be the main event if it's going to come back to EVO next year. But for now, let Melee have its final shine. I mean, and that's the thing too. It's probably going to be the last time we'll see Melee in a major tournament at that size anyway. Maybe. You think it's going to be?
I mean, Smash 4 and Melee both had a record amount of entrants this year.
That's true too. And they're both. It's crazy because the top 3 games that are signed up for are Street Fighter, the new one, not the new one, I'm sorry, but Ultra Street Fighter 4, Marvel, Smash 4, and Smash Melee. 3 top games, and that's over 1,000 for each game. And to a point where Melee and Smash 4 are about neck and neck in how even the numbers are. And from what I'm reading, the actual trade-off or the actual crossover between both games is a very small margin. So it's not like half of the 1,500 people are also playing Melee, which would mess up a whole tournament.
No, it's like 1,500 people. 1,500 people.
And then a handful of people, however number that is. But we'll announce the number. Imagine just 6 people. But a handful of people, or a small amount, I should say, are going to be crossing over. So, and I don't think that's going to cause a problem for timing-wise for a tournament. But if that's going to be that little crossover for each game, that's insane for me. I love that. I love the fact that, those games are going to be popular.
It just shows you how different those 2 games are.
Yeah, exactly. And especially the fact that it's already big, and next year is probably going to be bigger, and especially the meta is going to evolve further because top level play is really good, and that's the thing. People are still thinking, it's still a boring game to watch and everything else. When you
top level play is not for glory, all right?
No,
there's no rolling and constant dodging and evading. No. Top level play is exciting to watch
unless you're a defensive player. The bus.
Well,
or
can't be
other
players.
players. Can't be players, because then it'll get boring, and I understand that. You'll probably see a few of those, because the Buzz is a top player. He usually gets first, second in local tournaments here in New York. He will get even top 8. He even finished top 4 or 5, I think. In
right now, the top guy, Zero, is a very aggressive, fun to watch player.
Yes, and that's the player people are going to watch for anyway, and he's the one that's going to make it exciting or make it just a slaughter. If he just slaughters everybody, that's going to be unfortunate.
I don't know. I think that bounty on his head are going to make some people come out swinging.
Well, remember, the bounty's for CEO, and that's what makes CEO interesting. Evo's just going to be Evo.
Well, I mean, I feel like the bounty will roll over if it doesn't happen to CEO.
You know what? If there's gonna be a bounty for Evo, that's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of hungry people coming in for
people are just coming at Zero, so it should be exciting.
All right, so we'll move on to all the gaming news. One thing we want to bring up is the follow-up to a story we talked about a couple of episodes ago. The Video Game Hall of Fame in Rochester, which is newly formed. They've had the in Rochester before. They've had the what is it? The Toy Hall of Fame, and they had a thing where they showed off old electronics and such, like a museum of old electronics. But they also wanted to form the Video Game Hall of Fame. Then we talked about 20 nominees that was there. That was laid out, saying, all right, we got this amount of games we narrowed it down to. We're gonna narrow it down to 6. So we kind of gave our thoughts about that. And I think pretty much who we thought would win or who got inducted, really. And I don't disagree with this list. I don't know if you want to read the list or you want me to.
I gotta find it.
All right, so I'll do that.
I didn't open up the story.
That's all right. That's fine. All right, so of course the 6 games: Super Mario Bros.
Well, obvious.
Yeah, I mean obvious reasons. Pac-Man, Doom, Tetris, Pong, and World of Warcraft. So just an odd one out because World of Warcraft has a little bit more modern 3D.
Yeah, it's the only one of those that's actually modern.
Yeah, and meanwhile the other ones are 8-bit, flat stages or flat games. But all of them equally as influential. I agree with every single one on that list. I don't think I would have accepted Minecraft that was on there.
Minecraft and Angry Birds.
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't have accepted
that shit out of here.
So they're in the Hall of Fame, and I agree with them. Super Mario Brothers, even though it was not the first side-scroller, but it was the side-scroller that made a change for people to look at video gaming different than what had been done in the past. Pac-Man, of course, being that puzzler that made it so popular, there was songs written about it, people going crazy for it, here in the U.S. anyway, to a point where it was just it was everywhere. This guy right there, everywhere. And Tetris, of course, the influential puzzle game that everybody loved on the handheld, which made the Game Boy popular.
Still one of the best-selling games of all time.
Oh yeah, and even to a point, I love the story of the guy who created it almost never released it because he got addicted to his own game, and that's basically a start of handheld gaming, on mobile and such. It's basically those type of games is because of Tetris. I don't think it would have been that major if Tetris wasn't on Game Boy. I don't know if Game Boy would have been as success as it was without Tetris, honestly.
That's the best-selling Game Boy game of all time.
Mm-hmm.
More than your my favorite Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah. Pong, I agree with because that was the first almost game ever. Almost, because I know Asteroids, I think that a certain version of Asteroid was like the first game ever created, but I know Pong was like the first commercial. It wasn't Pong, but it's basically lights and a thing, and there's your paddle, and that's basically.
I could have done without Pong.
I could have, because it was kind of like the what started making gaming mainstream, that type of thing. And of course, World of Warcraft, because it was like one of the first.
It's still the king of MMOs. It came out that game came out like 15 years ago.
Yeah, just
when
about,
you really
right?
think about it, it came out a very long time ago, and it's still the king of MMOs. Many have tried to follow in its footsteps and have crashed and burned.
Yep.
So WoW has proven that it's the game. It's the MMO game to go look at.
So let's keep an eye on for the next list of inductees for the Hall of Fame.
I was surprised that there was no Legend of Zelda, honestly.
Not yet, anyway. Because you know what? It's the early influencers. That's what that list is. It looks like the
Legend
early
of Zelda
influencers.
Legend of Zelda's a lot older than people think it is.
It's not as old as Mario. Mario came out first. I do remember that. And the first Zelda came out in 86 in Japan, 87 in the US, I believe. So
but everyone's like, really? I thought Ocarina of Time was like the first game. Like, no, stop. Some people are stupid like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my first Zelda game was 2. Not even 1, but 2. And then I played Link to the Past, which I thought was like the greatest game of all time. And then Ocarina of Time came out, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I almost died playing that game. Like, it was amazing. But if that was people's first games, it was a great game to intro to, but there's an older versions of that game. And plus, Zelda was influential in a way of how it arranged how to problem solve and find the world, because it was a world that if you didn't have a player's guide from Nintendo Power back in the days or something, or a map,
you're gonna be in that game for days.
Yeah, you would be lost. I mean, it's not impossible. You can still beat it, but it would take you a lot longer.
But I also feel like, and this is my opinion, Ocarina of Time was a groundbreaking game.
Yeah,
it changed the way that games like that worked.
I mean, even other games, because remember, that was the first game that allowed targeting.
Right.
No other game did that.
Targeting, and it just changed the way that adventure games worked. It was like, all right, here's where everyone else was. We're gonna throw it up here.
Yeah, and I think
fun. We rose the bar.
But now the problem with Ocarina of Time is I think it's a losing ground, because I think a lot of people who are playing it now don't see how influential it was. Back then.
That's why you have to look at it as back then. Yeah. We can make the same thing for movies. Citizen Kane is looked at as one of the best movies of all time. If you watch it now, you're like, well, this movie sucks. But you have to think about all the groundbreaking technology they had, like that they didn't have back then, that Citizen Kane was able to do,
and storytelling, because it was a different way of telling a story. I mean, it's not like they were telling stories horrible with movies. I mean, back then, even before Citizen Kane came out, it's like movies were basically, hey, here's me in front of a camera, let me perform for you. Yeah, like Citizen Kane was telling a story with the camera, not just with the people.
And not only that, Citizen Kane was one of the, also just the cinematic technology it used. Citizen Kane also used a different kind of introduced so many things. It was one of the first movies that had like a fade in, fade out transition. Yeah. And people, when they saw that, like, whoa, how did you do that? It's crazy. But now it's like, if you don't have a movie with that, it's like, weird. Your movie sucks.
Yeah. But I see what your point is, but not yet. Not yet with Zelda. Maybe next year or in the future, but I see what you're saying with Zelda, but not yet. I mean, you have to think about the early games first before you think about the later games that influence the whole genre of gaming, too. You have to really think of it that way. Because look at even Street Fighter. Street Fighter is probably going to be a big candidate for a Hall of Fame, because if not, where would fighting games be right now?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat wouldn't be Mortal Kombat without Street Fighter. See?
No, I mean it's like me ripping off someone's head.
Oh, yeah, but the violence, of course. I mean, it's different, but they wouldn't have like the health bars, character select screen. How would anybody know how to really do that? I mean, Capcom was really the first ones to do like that type of like game, even with the original Street Fighter, but that didn't really pick up as big as Street Fighter 2 did. You have to look at it that way.
I still think Mortal Kombat's the better game.
Yeah,
personally, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but.
Oh, no, it was fun. I can't lie. But you know what it was, though, too? Mortal Kombat was very American. I don't think it was popular everywhere else, but it was very American for the violence. Because Street Fighter was, like, everywhere. It was popular, like, everywhere. Japan, U.S., everywhere. But then Mortal Kombat, I felt like, was really big here versus everywhere else. But that's also because of the ultra-violence, and you punched somebody and blood came out, and that was cool when you were, like, 10. Like, oh, snap, this is awesome.
Still cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie.
It's still cool. I'm 25. Like, yeah.
So, I don't know. But moving on from that, like I said, we're going to keep an eye on the future of the Hall of Fame, but I agree with this list so far. As long as Angry Birds and Minecraft didn't make it, I'm happy with that. Speaking of those type of mobile games, Sonic Dash, remember that game for mobile and such? Yeah. Where basically it's the Sonic freerunner. That's already passed 100 million downloads. 100 million people downloaded that game.
Well, I mean, it was like Subway Surfer except Sonic, so it's better.
Yeah, now
Guess
it's just kind of crazy because I mean Sega maybe doing the right choice, but like other companies and getting all that. But of course,
well, just because 1 million people downloaded it doesn't
100
mean
million.
100. Just because 100 million people downloaded it doesn't mean they're all using their in-app purchases.
That's true. Some of them may, some of them not. But it's still a big number considering, especially for a company that used to make console games and now kind of want to focus on mobile and we'll make some sort of console games, which maybe we'll get into a new Sonic in a moment. Oh, yeah, they're making a new Sonic.
I know.
Yeah, I know you can't wait for that one. That one's gonna be good.
I just want them to have a good one.
Another thing too, Activision confirming that there's gonna be no Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the Wii U, which
go fucking figure.
Surprise.
Go figure, right? Like, come on.
But people are making the point of how Activision's not really moving on from the past generations because they're still releasing their game for the last generation, PS3 and Xbox 360, and also for the PS4.
Black Ops 3?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not coming out for last gen.
Yes, it is. Black Ops 3, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. It says it right there. They're not letting go of the old generation. Yeah. That was a big story too because people are like, well, Activision's not letting go. Might as well just move on because even Assassin's Creed moved on. And even the people, I forget the studio that's making the Batman Arkham series, but even they have moved on. Their new game that's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's only coming out for
new gen.
Yeah.
But
Call of Duty,
in like
2 weeks.
Call of Duty, nah. Old gen too, and maybe because is there still a lot of people that have the old consoles still? Because I thought people were still moving on at this point.
Do you have new gen?
No. Well, technically I do. I have a Wii U.
Wii U doesn't count. Do you have new gen?
It's a new gen. It is a new generation. It's not the Wii.
But nothing comes out for the Wii U, so stop. We throw that in the side right now.
What's Splatoon, huh?
All right. When I say new gen, we're talking Xbox One, PS4.
Okay.
Do you have one?
No.
Okay then.
All right.
But do you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360?
I do.
Well, there you go. Ask me, do I have new gen? No, I don't. I have an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I don't have an Xbox One. I don't have a PS4.
Mm-hmm. Now, but that's the thing. Do you think that's... I mean, I think it's smart but weird because it's stopping people also from getting a new console too. Because it's like, oh, if the new Call of Duty game's still going to come out for old consoles, why do I still need to buy a new one for? New graphics? Why? It's going to be the same thing, right? Just with with less graphics. I mean, I think people are underestimating how graphics are and how people appreciate them. Because if they really appreciated newer graphics, they would either have a PC, straight up, or we get a new console. If they're not, and they just like the gameplay, then they're going to get this game for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. I just want to see when they do release this game, what the sales are going to look like. Because the sales are going to be really interesting and see how they compare with the old gen with the new gen. It might be less or it might be more. I really can't wait to see that.
I mean, I think most people have moved on to new gen. I think we're just in a class of our own.
Yeah.
But still, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm actually surprised that the Xbox, Microsoft and Sony haven't said to them, hey, don't release this for past gen. I'm surprised that they're not like doing more to push it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe it's just Call of Duty has just that much power, and that, and plus it's going to make money no matter what. So, I mean, that's a moneymaker no matter what. It's just always going to be a moneymaker.
I guess so.
All right, so as far as all the news, we're going to go from here to E3 stuff, pre-E3 news, right?
Pre-E3. Pre-E3.
Now, Nintendo just announced their Nintendo World Championship stuff, which I think it's really awesome.
Yeah.
They're going to have a 25-minute pre-show before the show starts, which still is the 14th, I believe. Now, they actually announced 2 games so far with the new video, which was the original Legend of Zelda and Splatoon, which I'm going to be hype about. I like the fact that Splatoon's in this.
But again, Nintendo trolled the hell out of everyone with the video.
Yeah, but now there's...
So we're not supposed to tell people that Splatoon is going to be there? Like,
it was such a dumb video, but...
guys, please.
But that there still leaves 6 more games that nobody knows what they are. And and that's the point of the Nintendo World Championships anyway. I mean, back then it was 3 games. Now you have 8, with 6 being announced. But now they also talked about their 8 invited guests. Now... they talked about, the 8 contestants. Now I see why they had 8 cities, because it's like, okay, we only had to pick 8 people. I understand that now. Now they have, I don't think those people stand a chance, because who they have coming in as guests are
They're
mostly
all speedrunners.
they're all speedrunners, yes. And I feel really bad for everybody that's entered at Best Buy because I feel like they have no chance whatsoever.
Well, that's just not. I don't know. I feel like that's not true.
Come on. You have Cosmo, who's like a really well-known.
But if you qualified at the Best Buy, it means that you were the best of.
Or you practiced a lot of Dr. Mario. Because that was the thing. You have to just beat the Mario 1 and Mario 3. You just had to get 50 coins, 25 coins. It's really you had to master Dr. Mario to get the most points. You had to get a maximum of like, I don't know, 1,000,000 some odd points in total. And you have to get all that.
But it means that that means that you're good at something. It means you're good at games. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like while they stand less of a chance, I still feel like they stand a chance though. Because they still they were number one.
I would love a regular person to still win though, but it's just the odds got decreased when they have you have the NES the what the hell is it the retro Mexican, I forget his name, that he basically I forget his name, but he basically played every single Nintendo game on stream. Like he had a list of all the Nintendo games and he's like, I'm on this out of 1,000 something. Like he was literally going to play every single NES game. The guy's got experience on that field.
Yeah.
Other players, I know one that has a specific game, only Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. He speedruns on that game. Cosmo, he's a Smash player as well. I know he also speedruns a ton of different games, so he has a ton of experience. Eagle Raptor, which is just.
I mean, I feel like the guys who qualified through Best Buy could beat Eagle Raptor.
Oh yeah, okay.
Eagle Raptor is more of a funny personality guy.
Yeah, he's not.
And he used to be a lot bigger into games. I mean, granted, he runs he's on the Game Grumps.
Yeah.
But the Game Grumps, they fuck up a lot.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I love watching them. They're funny to watch. And I love Eagle Raptor's animations and stuff.
Yes,
but
I do.
I feel like they stand a legit chance to at least beat Eagle Raptor.
All right. And then there was a female, I forget her name. I know she was a
Banana
speedrunner too.
something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we didn't have that list because I just didn't want to watch the video and I didn't take notes. I didn't have enough time to. Our bad. But we'll probably list them in any event and link it to the description or in the video as well. And I think that's most of the guests. And then they have a couple of announcers commentating the thing, which I forgot who they were.
Kevin Pereira.
Well, Kevin Pereira is the host.
He's the host.
Yeah, so that's the dude right there. The Kevin Pereira is that's my favorite dude to watch on TV. I watch his Twitch as much as I can, but he's hosting. There's 2 commentators, I believe, 2 or 3. And one of them I remember the name, but I forgot already. So.
Yeah, they were actually well-known people. I knew who they were, and I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. And then I'm blanking on it right now. You're right. You're completely right.
Yep. So, but the Nintendo World Championships looks really interesting. I just wonder what the other games are going to be, what the final result will be, whether it's going to be regular people, a regular person will win, or a speedrunner.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it just for Eagle Raptor alone, because he's one of my favorite people ever. All right, so the host is obviously Kevin Pereira. We said that already. The participants who were invited are Sinister One, who's a speedrunner. Yep. Cosmo, who's a speedrunner. Yep. The Mexican runner, who's an NES completionist. Yes. Bananas, who's a speedrunner. That's the female. Yep. Essentia. Essentia. Another speedrunner. Trihex, who's a speedrunner. Jovenshire, who's part of Smosh Games, and Aaron Hansen, Eagle Raptor, part of the Game Grumps. We also have
the announcers, commentators.
DJ Wheat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
DJ Wheat, Black Nerd Comedy, Andre, and Justin Flynn.
Yeah. Oh, Justin Flynn, of course. Why is he?
I knew they were famous. I knew they were famous Twitch people, and I couldn't remember who they were. But now that I'm seeing the names, yeah.
Justin Flynn's okay. I don't know. There's something about him that I don't know.
He's a huge following.
Yeah,
he's got a huge following, and he'll bring people in just because of Justin Flynn.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's okay, but I don't know. There's something about him that I don't know. But I can't really watch his streams really. But he doesn't seem like a bad guy. But I think you're right. He's really there for the views.
He's gonna bring a lot of people in. Yeah, people are gonna watch this just because Justin Flynn is there.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, moving on to another Nintendo thing, which pre-E3, mind you. So before E3, that's when the Nintendo World Championships are happening. Also happening before that is going to be a Smash announcement, too. A half hour before the release of... When is this going to be? I know there's going to be an announcement. It's going to be happening a few minutes before... 20 minutes before Lucas comes out. Because Lucas is supposed to come out in the morning here... in North America at some point wherever around the world. But basically, Sakurai is going to come on live, or not live, maybe pre-recorded, who knows, 20 minutes before the release and do a quick little like direct of Smash for 20 minutes. It's like, what? That's a thing now? To hype the release?
Are we taking guesses?
Well, Lucas is coming.
Lucas is coming, so he's obviously not. It's not the announcement. Everyone knows he's the 14th.
I think the announcement is just basically an overview of everything. Like, they're going to show the Miiverse stage because that's already been announced. They're going to talk about Lucas. I don't know if they're going to really talk about anything new. I really don't think so, honestly.
You don't think that Roy and Ryu?
I don't know. I just don't know because I would think it's just about the upgrade. It's like Lucas and that, but I mean, for 20 minutes, what else can you talk about? I mean, you could show video footage, of course, unless there is a different character. Unless it's a different character. I don't know. I would love it, though. I would love it.
I'm taking bets.
Let's see if a new character comes out.
We're going to see Roy and or Ryu.
All right.
Ryu, however you want to say it.
All right. So we'll I'll hold you to that. We'll see what happens next week when we come back. And of course, they're gonna be hype. I know I'm texting you.
I'm already hype because Lucas is coming out.
That's true. Oh my god! You know what? I work that day. I just remembered. So wait, is it supposed to be 10 in the morning? I think I have to work. Damn.
Whatever. Who cares?
But I still want to get to see that. But I'm gonna be texting you like, dude.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I'm watching.
I'm watching that too. So going on from E3, of course, like we said, the Lucas DLC announced for pre-E3, which I kind of called that too. I said it would be
You said it'd be during E3.
Yeah. So now, since it's going to be before E3, it's like, what else do they have? So maybe they will announce something else because you don't have a 20-minute direct just to announce the things that we already know about, unless you just want to hype it up. There's got to be something else there. You're right. I just don't know what it is. Lucas, Ryu, who knows?
No, Roy, Ryu.
Oh no, that's right. Lucas, Ryu.
Lucas is
Roy.
already coming out. This is happening.
That's true. Now, of course, Microsoft is going to be at the PC show because I forgot too. PC has their own moment now at E3, which is the first time they're doing something like this.
Pretty dope.
And Microsoft's going to be there as well to talk about PC gaming and also the Xbox One's connection to Windows 10. So that's happening. Funny enough, Microsoft related, the Nintendo World Championships is going to be held in what used to be the Nokia Theater, which has now been changed to the name of the Microsoft Center.
Yeah, Microsoft Center. Yeah.
Microsoft Theater. You're right.
Microsoft Theater. I thought so.
Which is odd, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is.
The Nintendo Championships in the Microsoft Theater.
Going back to Nintendo real quick because I forgot one other thing. The Miiverse stage, Lucas, possibly something else. The Splatoon Mii Fighters, which are coming out that day too. Yeah. People actually want not just a Mii Fighter. People do want an actual Splatoon people because there's a huge.
That'd be hella dope.
I mean, people are very loving Splatoon. I'm loving Splatoon too.
I'm loving Splatoon,
but to have an actual fighter, I don't know. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, I guess.
I think it would be awesome to have a Splatoon kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was one of those things that when the vote was going on, I didn't put them down. But if I could go back and change it, I totally would do a Splatoon kid.
Some people are actually requesting that too. Funny enough. Right.
I can already think of like a moveset.
Yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can get a moveset from that. Whether it be like, but that's the thing too. Would you give them like which gun would you give them?
Change it up.
That's true. I guess you different
Smash moves, side B moves. Change it up.
That's true. Because I don't know. Because let me see. If you had to change the costume of what was it, Bowser Jr., you still have the same moveset, so it would probably have to be one gun. Because same thing with Villager too. Because you could have maybe the splatter shot. I don't know if you would have the charge shot.
No, don't change it up between the characters. Change it up between moves. Side B be one thing. Side smash be another.
Okay.
Thing.
I see what you're saying.
Like change it up between your moves.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
like Mega Man.
He has the side B, which would be the Metal Man's move, and then Crash Man. Yeah,
okay. How he changes between his Mega Man moves on his different moves.
The special moves. Yeah,
right.
I see what you're saying. So
you're like side B, you can take out the roller and roll somebody.
That's true.
Your side smash, you can do the blaster gun.
Mm-hmm.
Your regular A's could be stupid lemons like Mega Man.
Yeah.
It'd be annoying as hell. Your up B, you could turn into the squid and like shoot up or something like
the Kraken.
The Kraken, yeah, like this.
Or the Kraken could be the final smash. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. You could do it, or you know what would be cool if your the final smash was like snakes. And you know how you went to the front of the screen and you shot at people from the screen.
That would be awesome. I can't lie about that.
Right,
that would
so
be awesome.
you're like sniping people with the sniper gun from the final smash. That'd be so cool.
Yo, Snake's final smash was awesome. I missed that. Out of all the final smashes,
with the grenades and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of brought that back with Zero Suits.
Yeah, but that's not the same. One more thing about Nintendo because it relates to Platinum Games. Platinum, of course, known for making Bayonetta and whatnot. They actually will have another game announced at E3, and it may most likely be a Nintendo exclusive again. So that's really interesting to hear about that.
Cool.
Now, talking about the stream itself, YouTube already talked about that they're going to be doing their big thing. They have Jeff Neely hosting their thing. Twitch has already talked about how they're laying out their whole thing. They have their whole agenda laid out. They also going to have the Nintendo World Championships. They're also going to show the major stuff like the Xbox keynotes, PlayStation, Bethesda, EA, Square Enix, and Ubisoft. And the Gadget's going to be hosting it around there. So it's going to be, I mean, they're basically doing the same thing, just different hosts, really. I mean, what am I going to do? What's better to watch the stream on, like the one at the conferences, whether it be Twitch or YouTube? It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. It's just what do you want to watch in between is who you want to watch in between, really. That's what it is. I don't know. It's just, I feel like this is going to be a pretty interesting E3. One last thing about E3 though, that was just leaked a little while ago, and then the video was made private because I didn't believe it. I was like, it's too surreal. I'm not buying it. But it turned out to probably be real because the video was made private on YouTube. So, oops, my bad. It looks like that Hyrule Warriors is leaked for the 3DS. Oh, snap. And it has 2 new characters that are not in the Wii U version, but you can transfer them to the Wii U version from the 3DS version, which are Tetra from the Wind Waker, and also the King of Hyrule, who is the boat, spoilers, in the Wind Waker. You're fighting as a big boat on land. I don't even get how that makes sense.
Whatever, don't question it.
But
just let it
whatever,
happen.
but whatever, it's happening.
Like I said, it's just a leak right now, so it's not actually 100% official.
Well, it already said E3. I mean, it looks like it's confirmed. I mean, several reports already saying confirmed. The video has been made private. So
until it's confirmed, I'm just going to go with it's just a leak for now.
Gotcha.
I don't want to speculate too much.
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's go on to Nintendo news. Nintendo looks like they're going to be back in business with Amazon. So, directly selling with Amazon. They're already starting off with their 3DS. They haven't been working together since 2011. So, it's really good that, you're not going to buy a secondhand console for like a little bit more than what it's supposed to be. So, that's always good for everybody.
Finally settling some beef.
Yeah, finally. Now, Splatoon actually announced too. By the time you see this video, it's probably going to be old by now. But there's going to be a new stage like coming out like right now, basically. And it's basically one of the stages from the single player mode. I was very happy to hear about that. The stage is the gosh, I already forgot what the stage was called.
Isn't it fish something?
Oh gosh, I already forgot. I already have it right here. Damn it. Here it is. Port Mackerel. Camp Triggerfish. Oh, Kelp Dome. Kelp Dome, yeah, which is a really interesting stage because there's a lot of ramps and a lot of caged, like graded bottoms from the ramp. So you could shoot through the grates to like below you and also get shot from above or from below to the above you. The stage is really big. It's really interesting. I wonder how that's going to play out because rollers would have to stay on the bottom, but they're so screwed because once you get shot from above, that's it. So rollers might be out for that stage.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could still squid your way up.
No, not with those, not with the grates. I mean, you could squid your way up, but you're not rolling anything up top because it's all graded. You can't roll that.
Oh.
So you could maybe splash down, but that's it. Yeah. I think actually the new ink brush that was just released too, which I wanted to talk about, the ink brush might be better. All you got to do is just spam the R button and ink all over the place, and you could actually probably do pretty well on that stage. And that's another thing too. Kelp Dome's been announced. And also they have released the ink brush, which I didn't find that great. It has its uses if you want to move really fast with it, if you're holding the R button, the ZR button. But if you want to just spread ink, you have to just spam the ZR button and just waving the ink all over the place. And you get a really good spread of ink. But that's really it. That's the ink brush is not really the greatest thing to me. I didn't really like it.
I haven't had a chance to. I have not been on my Wii U in a couple of days, so I have not had a chance to play it, so I can't give you my feedback.
Oh man, just try it out, man. You're gonna.
No, I will. I just haven't been on.
Yeah.
I've been busy.
Why don't you get on, man? Do it.
I've been busy.
Do it.
Get over it.
Do it. All right.
Just do it.
Do it.
have you seen?
Do it.
I was gonna say, have you seen the Shia LeBeouf thing?
Just
do it. And I love that people have been putting that video with all different kinds of backgrounds. It's recorded in front of a green screen. What a genius.
Yeah, I mean, he did it on purpose.
Oh, of course.
But no, my favorite one, to really get off topic here, is he was on a dude's porch. Did you ever see that one?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant. I have to show you that video because it looks like he basically, like the way it was filmed was perfect because it was timed perfectly where he looked like he's literally filming from a camera phone and filming Shia LeBeouf going, just do it. Nothing's impossible. How did you even get here? Like, it's great. I got to show you that one.
There's two that I really like.
Which one?
There was one where he was like he was influencing Luke Skywalker to lift the plane out of the swamp. Just do it.
Nothing's impossible.
And then the other one I liked was him trying to influence Goku to go Super Saiyan against Frieza.
I did not see that one.
That one is hilarious.
I did not see that one. That one already sounds great.
He's just like, just do it. And Goku's like, it's so funny. That was a nice little off-topic thing, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. Shia LeBeouf. Why not?
Just do it.
Shia LeBeouf.
Shia LeBeouf. Cannibal Shia LeBeouf.
Oh, man. You know what, though? Still on the subject of Splatoon from Shia LeBeouf.
What?
I know, right? Great segue, right? There's the motion controls that we didn't talk about before from the Wii U controller or the alternate controllers. I don't know what you think about that. Remember I told you that you're tying on your controller and such? What do you think about that option? Because I know you don't like the motion
I'm not
controls.
a really big fan of the motion controls because I use the Wii U pad and everything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you just use the right stick.
Yeah. I aim with sticks.
I don't know. I aim faster if I can move. I can't, if I use the stick, I feel like it's too slow for me. I don't know. I like the motion controls for that.
So yeah, I just have really bad pacing with it because when an enemy's moving, I try to move my gamepad to follow him. And I'm just I'm not fast enough with that, so it's easier for me to just move the stick. So that way I turn with him. I don't know.
Now, another thing too, an exclusive to Japan for Splatoon as well. There's a manga and an anime of Squid Girl, Ika Musumi. I never heard of the actual character herself because I've been off my anime game for a long time. But Japan will get this exclusive character costume actually. So you get the costume made for the Squid Girl, obviously. I don't think it'd be made for the Squid guy.
I don't think the Squid Boy is getting that one.
Yeah. Now, it's really funny because, I mean, the costumes trade in between characters anyway. Like, if you play the girl Amiibo, I know you get a school uniform, which is basically almost fan service at this point. I mean, if you're with the boy, he looks like he has a cool uniform. But when you have the girl, she has a skirt, she has the shoes, the high shoes, and it's just like, yeah, this is fan service. Like, there's no other way of looking at this. But, I mean, they have to be tradable. But, I mean, just the fact that Squid Girl, I mean, obviously that should have been a natural combination of that with that advertising. But it looks to be a Japan-only costume. I don't know how you feel about that. That's a drawing, a fan drawing of the character itself with one of the spider guns or whatnot.
Pretty cool, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's cool. I don't know if it's going to make its way to the States.
Probably not. I don't even know what it is. So.
Yeah, I mean, a handful of people probably know what it is. And I think a few more people have actually found out what she is and started watching, the actual anime or got the manga. So, speaking of Splatoon still, in Japan, it almost sold out, basically. It sold 97.33% of its initial shipment. That's crazy.
Even in the States, people are having a hard time keeping it on shelves.
Yeah.
This game is selling out pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game. It's a pretty good damn game, too.
It's a damn good game. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, the Wii U came out with something good.
Yeah, finally. And Nintendo as well. Still in Nintendo, the Humble Bundle, which we've talked about previously on here. It's done. It sold 82,000 bundles, which makes it getting about $750,000 for charity, which is not bad for a game that was region locked. For the U.S. only, for a set of games anyway.
Not too bad. Not bad.
I bought it. It was really good. I got all the games that are worth it. I got to give Steve some of mine, so now it's safe. I don't care if I say that publicly, but it is what it is. Funny enough, talk about some indie games too. Reggie talked about the game Binding of Isaac, because this is the old game that's been for PC for a long time, and apparently there's been some debate on getting it to the Nintendo consoles and such. To a point where even Reggie was fighting for this game to be on the 3DS. And now it actually is. I know it's coming in the Wii U and 3DS. It might be out now, actually. But apparently Reggie wanted this game as well as the former person that used to work at Nintendo, Dan Adamman. That they wanted this game on the 3DS. And it's just I guess, the politics in Nintendo to just try to get an indie game on their consoles. It just, I guess, is tougher than what we can imagine.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
I love the fact that it's out there. I don't care if it's like an old game or not. It actually opens up to a new audience that usually don't play PC games, because that's what it is. I mean, tons of people own it on PC. It's just the fact that whether you want a portable version of that same game if you already have a PC, or just the fact that it's a new audience that never heard of this game.
Yeah.
So another thing I could have included this in all the news, but I wanted to bring up for 3DS specifically, because there's a new Mega Man game coming out, but not exactly new. It's going to be Mega Man Legacy. It's the Legacy Collection that's announced for every console but the Wii U, which is strange, but I think I have a reason. But it is coming out for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Now, all this is basically it has the old school Mega Man games on this collection, and they have like a museum mode, challenge mode, such like that. You're going through Mega Man's history, everything else. I think it's basically all the 8-bit games. I don't know if it has the newer games. But yeah, the only reason why I don't think it's coming out for the Wii U is because like the Wii U basically did their Mega Man sale already on Nintendo. They basically had like, you basically could buy like all 6 of the games for like a super discounted price. And they have like sales going on all the time for Mega Man.
Yeah, right.
And plus, I think this game is actually digital as well, so it doesn't really make sense for people who already own all those Mega Mans to get the Mega Man collection, unless you wanted the challenges and such. But I don't know, you could try another console for that. And I think PC too. I think this says PC. Yeah, PC, 3DS, PS4, Xbox One. I don't know. It seems like a
it's pretty
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
almost like
cool.
It sounds like an NES remix in a way after doing
challenges.
challenges.
Yeah, an NEX, like a Mega Man NEX remix.
Yeah, basically. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. It is what it is with that one. Speaking of newer games, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is announced for the 3DS.
Oh boy, guys!
Yeah, Sega's not giving up on Sonic Boom. They want to.
It's horrible.
They want to push a new game, and the new chapter for the 3DS coming out later this year, actually. So I know you're all hyped for that one, right, Steve?
No.
All right.
Sonic Boom's horrible. What are they doing? Scrap it. I mean, I know you have like a TV series and everything for it too. Just scrap all of it. Start over.
It's one of the rare things, I guess, that the TV series is actually better than the game, like that type of thing.
I haven't watched it.
I don't know from what I've heard, the TV series is really good, but I heard the game's horrible. So,
but remember when Sonic Boom first like got announced? I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool.
And then Buff Knuckles came out of nowhere.
I was like, whatever, I'll deal with it. Then when the game came out and I played the demo and it was horrible, I was like, wow, this game sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. They're still pushing it. I don't know.
Whatever.
Maybe this game will be better. Maybe they learned from their mistakes.
Maybe they didn't.
Maybe they didn't. You're right. One last thing for Nintendo, Amiibo. They've already have the new ones coming out in Japan already. The Japanese.
Yeah, America's
versions.
late, man.
Yeah. But this one I actually got to see the first time some of the Amiibos. They have Ganondorf, Zero Suit Samus, Palutena,
and
Dark Pit. I really like the look of all of them. They look really good.
They do look really good, but I plan on getting Ganondorf and Zero Suit when they come to the States. Dark Pit, I don't know, I'm not the biggest Kid Icarus fan, so I didn't get Pit. And I didn't get Pit.
Yeah.
I don't really plan on really getting Palutena or Dark Pit either.
I think certain people will get Palutena just because she's almost like people's waifus, I guess, in some way. So I think that's the reason, just the fanboyism. Or
Zero Suit is wife.
Yeah, that's true. Zero Suit too, but I feel like I like the Zero Suit more. I'm kind of interested in that, but I'm not going to sweat it if I don't get her. If I get her, I get her. I don't. I'm not going to sweat that. Ganondorf actually looks really awesome.
Ganondorf I really want because I play Ganondorf.
Yeah. And Ganondorf looks really good. I think I want to get Ganondorf now. I think I'm convinced.
Looks fantastic.
Now I just want to get the whole Zelda because I only had Link.
That's the thing too. The Zelda series. I'm only missing Link and Toon Link.
Yeah, I have both.
I'm not
of
a
those.
big Link fan.
Yeah, I was a big Link fan, but now I'm thinking, you know what? Might as well have a complete set. Might as well have Zelda. Might as well have Ganondorf, and then might as well get Sheik. Why not? Add to the collection.
Yeah.
So now going on to the other consoles and PC, are almost winding down here. The Xbox One. Now, they had a little bit of a leak by accident, and and they actually had talked about a terabyte console with the new controller, because the new controller has been leaked. That hasn't been officially confirmed, but now it is. So now the controller's confirmed, but also the 1 terabyte console is confirmed, and they're both going to be bundled together. And I think it's going to be releasing on Monday, actually.
Monday, really?
Yeah, as soon as they finish an E3.
They kind of had to do the 1 terabyte because a lot of people were complaining that after only a few games, their 500 ones were getting full.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the same thing with Sony. The games are just too large for the consoles to have a 500 megabyte.
Now the difference
Or
with
gigabyte.
the difference with the Sony with that is they have their hard drives swappable.
Right.
But I don't think Xbox One is, and unless it is, but I don't know if they open support.
You can still use
for,
an external for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I know they have this external, but I guess it came time to finally release at 1 terabyte, which I felt like they should have done in the first place because they have a lot of digital heavy games on those two consoles.
Yeah.
Plus the installs. The Xbox One has to have a heavy install for certain games, and so does the PS3, or excuse me, the PS4. So, I mean, it's come time, but I felt like the hard drive should have been, the external hard drive could have been good enough too, but it depends on the speed.
Well, now here's the thing. How much is it going to cost?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're dropping the price of the regular.
Are they going to drop the price of the regular and keep this one the 500?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe they'll announce that at E3, but there's no price as far as I can see. Let me just pull that article back up because I just closed it. But I want to see what the price is because not only do they have the new hard drive, they have a new controller with the audio port.
Yeah.
So as far as the price, maybe there is going to be an increase. Maybe the old one's going to be either that or it's going to sell for the regular price and the old version is going to sell for a lower price.
You're going to bump the other one down to 300 and sell this one for 350?
Yeah. That's what I feel. But I don't know. That's still to be determined. Oh, actually, here it is. $400 price point.
400. So they're raising it $50 for this one.
Yeah.
You're getting double the space and a better controller, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what's funny though? I mean, that's technically
that's what the PS4 sells for.
Yeah, but that was technically what
they wanted to sell for in the first place.
Yeah, that's why, and then they dropped that.
Actually, they wanted to sell for 500 with the stupid Kinect.
Yep, 400. So yeah, technically it's still the same price as the one that's out there, except now that one's 350, and that's still going to be 350. That one's going to be 400. So another thing about that, it's going on to Sony actually, because we actually are already done. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up my stories. The Xbox One actually is gonna. They not only announced the new version of the console, they announced the gamepad can be used now for PCs. That's gonna be available in the fall. So people love using the Xbox One controller, or excuse me, the Xbox 360 controller with their PC games. Some people anyway. But people wanted that Xbox One controller. Now it's gonna be available wirelessly anyway. Coming this fall.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's it for the Xbox One. For Sony, they're actually going to get Super Meat Boy, finally. So that was
Super Meat Boy.
Because that was a PC and Xbox exclusive for a long time.
Yeah.
Now it's coming out for the PS consoles, and I have no idea about if it's ever going to come to Nintendo. I don't know about that. But
I doubt it.
I doubt
I mean,
that
if he really wants, the creator really wants him in Super Smash Bros., but he's not even on your console.
Yeah, I don't get it. So, yeah, it's so that's coming out. Going on to PC stuff. Now, an interesting thing came from Amazon. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh, yes. Something interesting came from Amazon. They are talking about their hiring for an ambitious new PC gaming project. That's their quote. They announced that they're hiring all these people for the different, expertises and whatnot for their own thing. Now, this isn't the first time that Amazon has talked about this. We even talked about it in the show in the past where they're looking into possibly making games. They've already hired some people before.
Yeah.
Now it looks like they're going for a wider scale of hiring. They're probably going to try to do this for the Amazon Fire, which, has a controller, but it, depending on what games you want to use for it, I don't know. There's not really a lot except for Gamefly now. But it looks like they're trying to create something new, maybe just for the Fire or maybe for PC, because it says PC gaming, a PC title.
Yeah.
So what exactly that means, I don't know, but Amazon's got the money for it. And plus, it might even be for the, Facebook owns Oculus. What the hell would it be for? Maybe it is just PC and just Amazon Fire TV, because I don't see any other reason why Amazon would be making games.
Unless Amazon plans on making its own console.
Yeah.
I doubt. I highly
But
doubt
you know what?
that.
People were saying that for a while too.
It could be mobile.
Yeah.
No,
true.
you said it's never mind. It's for PC gaming.
Do remember that was rumored for a while before the Amazon Fire TV came out, and then their controller came out. So that's technically already a console. So all they have to do is release for that. What it is, I don't know. But then again, like we just said, PC. So I don't know what it could be at this point.
I guess they're working on some kind of game.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. But going on to other things of gaming, Rock Band 4 is not coming to PC. But
Whatever.
that's also because of the fear of piracy, which is just kind of like, I guess. I mean, that's possible. PC gaming is known for their hacking and modding and such.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of find that weird.
Whatever.
But whatever. I guess it's safer to release on console than PC, but whatever. I don't know. Going back to hardware of PCs, Steam machines are actually already being announced for pre-order. So you could actually get the first couple of Steam machine versions that are going to be coming out later this year, I believe.
Cool.
It's October 16th. From GameStop or Steam itself, you could actually pre-order that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Get their order. Yeah, if you order it then, you can get it October 16th with the official launch not happening until November 10th. So wow, if you get
it a month early.
Yeah, you could get the Alien one anyway from Steam Link Steam Controller from GameStop. Yeah, as long as of today. Wow, that's pretty good.
Pretty cool.
But that's available for a limited time, so that might be past now. So, hey, that's what it is. And of course, Steam, people getting a lot of refunds, and a lot of developers aren't happy about that. They showed, some people have showed some statistics, and they showed some of the sales, where, like, developers of certain games, like Revenge of Titans, they saw a 55% increase on refunds alone.
Make a better game.
And other games as well. And people are just like, why is this happening and this, that? But yeah, you're right. Because why refunds is big on Steam is because people spend their money recklessly on Steam.
Yeah, people are like, Steam sale, buy everything. And game sucks. Return everything.
And that's the thing. I mean, you don't really know how good or bad the game is unless you have a demo. I mean, that helps me out. I mean, if not, I'm not buying a game unless it's on super sale. And that's how I've really bought my Steam games. If they're like 80, 90% off, I don't care. I'm sorry for the developers, but I don't want to spend full price in a game that I would think suck, especially with the fact that back then I wasn't able to return it.
Yeah.
Now that I have a chance to return it, I don't have a risk. It's like, okay, if I spent like $20 in this game full price and it sucks, I can get my $20 back.
Exactly.
Or even if it was on sale, I could even get an adjustment too if it went on sale recent. So, I mean, developers are upset about this. I don't, I feel like, again, like you said, make a better game. I just feel like now we've come to a turning point in PC gaming where Steam was victorious for just you buy super cheap games, and some of them might even be good, but whatever. But
sometimes you buy it just because it was like 50 cents.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like $1.50. You're like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna suck for the developers to realize, wait, maybe our game sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, make a better game. Don't let people return them.
Yeah, basically.
You got anything else?
Actually, I do.
All right. What else you got?
So, as you guys know, the man across the table from me has helped me out with a lot of things. He bought me a GameCube controller. Yeah. He's also got me the Marth Amiibo and all that stuff. So, for being such a great friend...
What the fuck is this?
I have decided to give Ricky a nice little Meta Knight Amiibo.
Oh my god, Steve. What the fuck? Are you serious? Look at that. I complete my ball ones. That is
exactly.
insane.
You complete the ball ones.
Why the hell would you do that?
Why not?
Dude, oh my god, that's awesome. He looks scratched up though. That's the way he comes, though,
That's the way he comes. He's
that's
weird.
Crazy. Yeah.
His face mask is supposed to look all gritty and stuff.
Fuck you, man. Thanks, man. Oh my
Here's
god,
a gift.
that's
Fuck
amazing.
you.
Like, that's crazy. Thank you, man. Thank you for
no
real.
problem.
Got another collector, and now I have to get another big freaking case because his wings are too big. Because I have all my Amiibo in cases.
Yeah.
At this point, except for Pac-Man. I still have to unpack Pac-Man. But yeah, he's gonna have a big case. His wings are too big. But thank you, man, for real. This
no
is
problem.
Holy shit. this motherfucker.
It's Meta Knight,
man.
baby.
Fucking this motherfucker, man. This guy. He wanted to save that for last, dude. I give him an opportunity to try. I was thinking maybe he had some League of Legends stuff or something. I don't know. Something I didn't find. And it's like, no, Meta Knight, Amiibo. Again, one of the rare ones. Thank you again. We gotta leave on that note. Why the hell not? Why not leave on an up note like this? Our Twitter's just somewhere. And that's it for the show. We'll see you all with the E3 show next week. See ya.
Cheers.